Hey everyone, welcome back to How to Speedrun Minecraft, the podcast where I interview top Minecraft speedrunners and they tell you how to speedrun. Today is April 14th, and we're back at it again after the most recent episode with Pax for episode number 6 now, and I'm joined by Doogile.
Hello.
Uh, so first of all, I don't know, if many people even know what you sound like.
Yeah. Yeah, I am
Um,
like mostly a no mic streamer. I've done like 2 or 3 mic streams on Twitch ever,
okay.
but yeah, as a lot of people know, I've done a lot of collabs with big YouTubers for like those bridging videos and my voice is in all of those. And there's like one video on my main channel with my voice in it, but it has like no views, so I can understand why people have never heard my voice before,
Uh-huh.
especially like if they're from the speedrunning community and just don't know that I have another YouTube channel.
Yeah. I think also sometimes if people are doing ranked lobbies and you're there, they might hear you there. Because I know you're in a good amount of private VCs and stuff. Just playing.
Yeah, I do talk in a lot of VCs. I guess the main thing is that I just don't like talking, um, not talking to other people. I don't know. Something about it is just really weird to me. Like I'm
Uh-huh.
fine when I'm in VCs talking to other people, but just like I don't know. I've
That,
like thought about doing mic streams before, and it's just like the idea of just talking to myself. I don't know. I don't like it.
that's fair. It's definitely I don't know, a skill that takes a lot of time to develop.
Yeah. I mean, I feel
Um,
like I definitely could do it, and like I do want to do mic streams at some
okay,
point, but I don't know. I just haven't gotten around to it.
that's fair. I remember when I was in elementary school, I was so self-conscious. We had an assignment. I remember this. We had to talk in front of a computer. It was maybe 4 sentences, and I just
Yeah.
couldn't do it.
Yeah, dude, I hate those. I had to do that like in high school. I took Spanish classes, and I would have to record myself like talking in Spanish,
Yeah.
and like I hated that so much. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I think I don't know, stream for me has definitely helped me improve at it a lot though. People compare your voice to Silver, which is funny. Do you think you guys sound
Hmm.
similar?
I mean, I can see the similarity. I don't know exactly what my voice sounds like, but I don't know.
So do you
Like,
hate listening to your own voice? Dude, I hate that so much.
really? I don't mind it at all. Like when I'm listening back to
Okay,
recordings or whatever, I don't know. It doesn't bother me.
just saying. It's like a thing where the way that you perceive your own voice versus other people is a little different.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It just doesn't bother me at all.
Okay, well, getting into Minecraft. How long have you been streaming for?
Um, Let me think. I think I started in like summer of 2021, so like almost 3 years now.
Okay, I remember. I remember when I was watching other people's streams, I would see your name in the recommended tab of Twitch, which is really funny because Twitch's recommendation algorithm is so bad compared to YouTube. But that's how I found your stream.
It's funny.
It's you watch these streamers, hear some other streamers. Um, yeah, I don't know. Have you just always done 1.16 from the start?
Um, well, I kind of came from like the Bed Wars slash bridging
Yeah.
community. Like, well, if you want to go way back, like I used to be an SMP player for
Oh,
a long
really?
time. Like, yeah, like in middle and high school. I did a lot of like SMPs and just single player. Like I was really into Redstone for a while.
That's sick.
Um, I had a phase where I was like really into piston doors, and like I would just build piston doors with all my free time, and I got pretty good at it.
Yeah, I used to dabble in piston doors too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, they are like really cool to look
they're
at.
really fun. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
I spent a long time making like a 3 wide like 4x4 piston door.
yeah, yeah, dude, I did that too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so I was really into Redstone for a while and just like the survival experience, I guess. And then after that, I started getting into PvP and Bed Wars, and um, I spent a lot of time on Bed Wars. I'm like 600 stars now.
that's
Um,
crazy.
but when I was like 300 stars ish was when I started bridging.
Hmm.
So that was like in 2020. Um, was when I started bridging. Um, trying to think of like what got me into bridging. Um, I remember watching Bedless Noob, and this was
Yeah.
like when he was a really small YouTuber.
Oh,
Like
really?
now he has like 500k subs or something. But I remember watching him when he only had like 1,000 subs, and his content was just like God bridging on MC Play HD. And I don't know, just something about bridging. It just really fascinated me. I was like, oh my god, I have to learn this. So, and at the time, I had an Apple Magic Mouse as my main game
That's
mouse.
crazy.
And I actually learned to moonwalk on my Apple Magic Mouse, and I
Dude,
got like
what?
yeah, I put so much time into it, and I got like a 14-second time on MC Play HD. And then like at that point, I kind of decided that I wanted to get good at bridging. So I got a Model O and learned to drag click. I remember the first day I got my Model O, like I had already practiced drag clicking before that, just like on my Apple mouse, even though I
Yeah.
couldn't drag click. So the same day I got my Model O, I got my first God Bridge on MC Play HD. And like I think around that time was when I started uploading to my bridging channel as well.
Wow, that's
So
pretty sick.
yeah, so it's like a huge huge rabbit hole we could go down if you want to talk about bridging, but yeah, I spent probably like 2 years straight just being a bridging main, and like I think I also played quite a lot of Bed Wars during that time, but yeah, I would just play like bridging and Bed Wars, and then it wasn't until like 2021 that I actually got into speedrunning.
Mhm. People like kind of talk about you like, wow, he's like the best at bridging and now the best at speedrunning. Like, how do you feel about that reputation? Yes.
I mean, I think it's cool that people think I'm the best, and I was definitely the best at bridging at one point. Like I was really dominant. At one point, like I had the world record on MC Play HD by like almost a full second. But today I'm definitely not the best. Like there are a few. I mean, I'm still one of the best bridgers, but there are definitely others like um, Geklo, definitely the best right now. There's like Stratoni Minor, there's Poland. These are probably names that you've never heard of, but
Yeah, I'm not a
yeah,
bridger, but I mean, I don't know,
people
just
in the
watching it is sick.
yeah, but yeah, they're. I'm definitely not the best at bridging anymore, but I'm still up there.
Mhm. How do you feel about people coming to your chat and being like, "Can you do a telly?"
Yeah, it is very annoying sometimes, but it's also kind of funny.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like
Yeah.
when I guess you were more like getting the speedrun running, do you feel like you just like, I only want to speedrun right now, I don't want to bridge? Have you ever felt like you only want to focus on one of them?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of go through phases. Like sometimes I'll be really into bridging, sometimes I'll be really into speedrunning, and like sometimes I'll juggle between them.
Hmm.
Um, I did take a pretty long break from bridging until recently, but I don't know, like I kind of just randomly got really into it again. So like
Yeah.
that's why I haven't been streaming as much lately because I've just been spending a lot of time bridging, and I actually just got a PB on MC Play HD yesterday. I got 7.2, so
So,
that was pretty hype. But yeah, I kind of just go through phases between bridging and speedrunning.
and I mean, I guess the consistency in bridging practice is helpful for speedrunning, but and maybe also mechanics practice, but would you say there's much crossover at all? Like, you're normally not ripping out like a
Yeah,
speed tally mid run.
yeah, definitely not. But I don't know. I feel like bridging, um, just like the constant practice and like precision that's required for it, like it really helped with my mechanics and like going into speedrunning. Like I kind of just have always had good mechanics, and I feel like I can attribute that to bridging.
Mm-hmm. Do you have the crafting map world record right now, or is it Priven? I don't know.
It's Priffin. Um,
Okay.
I had it for a while. I have a 15.1 right now, and then I don't know, Priffin went crazy and got like a low 14, so I don't think I'm beating that anytime soon.
Yeah, but you still don't tab space, right?
Yeah, I've tried it, and I'm just worse with it. I was able to get a sub 16 on the on the crafting map with it, but yeah, I'm just way less consistent with it, and I also don't like it.
Fair. And another like random thing about your playstyle that Hacks mentioned, he's like, Duke is so stubborn when it comes to using English. Like,
Oh yeah.
I don't
I mean, it's
know.
kind of a joke, because I know Hacks is like um really passionate about like um using the best language or whatever,
Yeah.
and I don't really care about it. Like my opinion is that like you can search craft in any language, and like the difference between I don't know like a one-to-one search craft or like it being on the first row, like that's never really gonna matter. So I think that English is a perfectly fine language, but I don't know. I think it's just funny to like go into Hax's chat and say like English is better. I don't know because he gets so mad about it. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of just a joke.
Hmm. Do you I mean, what do you like search craft for in ROMs?
Um, Mostly just like anchors. I usually don't do a bed search craft. I know most people like search for beds and anchors. What I do, because beds are just almost always on the first page for
Yeah.
some reason. So I just get the bed there, and then I do a one-to-one anchor search craft. And then there's also like um axe, like tools, like iron axe, gold picks, and golden carrots. Yeah, that's like I think that's it.
Hmm.
Yeah, also iron bars, RS. But yeah, I don't know. I'm like I don't really care too much about search crafting everything.
Fair. Would you recommend for like, I don't know, just a random runner, like copy what I do or just like copy other people or just, I don't know, figure it out on their own? Like, how would you advise people to approach something like search crafting?
Um, I mean, it depends like what your values are. Like personally, I think that it's really important to understand the language you're playing in, whether that means learning the language if you want like a good search crafting language, or just using a language that you already understand. But like if that's not a priority for you, then you can use Norwegian or whatever the best search crafting language is.
Makes sense. And back to like the, best speedrunner reputation. Where do you see yourself in like, I don't know, terms of like how good you are at ranked and 20% RSG? Like, would you call yourself
Yeah.
like I'm the best right now?
I mean, I think statistically, I am the best ranked player right now. Like, I have the highest win rate, lowest average, and like highest peak elo. So I would say I'm the best ranked player right now. In terms of RSG, like I'm not the best at resetting. I tend to play out a lot of slow runs because I just get bored of resetting.
Uh-huh.
But like, I do have the most sub 10s and sub 9s, and like I think sub 8s as well. So like, I'd say I'm a really consistent RSG player, but like I play RSG a lot like I play ranked, like making
Yeah.
consistency versus high roll plays.
Mm-hmm.
So like I probably wouldn't say I'm the most likely to get world records because of that, but um, I do think I'm a good RSG player. It's not the best.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard people call you out. Like I was talking to Crew and he's like, "Oh, classic Duke run gets every gold block in the Bastion." Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I think people hate on that play too much. Like when you get, I don't know, for example, like getting the backups in housing, like your route is gonna be 10 to 15 seconds slower, but like the amount of runs that you lose if you don't do that, like I feel like it's worth wait, like not wasting. It's worth using those 15 seconds to increase the number of runs that you can actually play out and um like maybe you'll get an insanely fast end game or something, and then like if you didn't get the backups, then you never would have gotten that run in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's another thing Hack said we were talking about, like consistency versus like high roll stuff. I think ranked especially has put everyone in like a big consistency mindset, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think like especially in RSG, like um, you do have to go for crazy high rolls sometimes, but I feel like a lot of people try to high roll too much and then end up just never getting on a run because they're trying to high roll too much.
Mm-hmm. About your RSG history, I guess. Um, People talk about you having like this second place curse. Like, I don't know, were you ever like
Yeah,
really in your head about like, man, I'll like never get world record or
I mean, I know I can get the world record, but it is annoying. like, um, like I got my 751 not too long after the Xylonox world record. I forget how much longer after, but like, yeah, I was mad about that. I mean, I was more mad that um that run wasn't world record because like that pace. I think at the time that run was the fastest blind with like actual end game materials. Like,
Mhm.
there were faster blinds, but they had like 3 beds or whatever. So like I think at the time that was the best pace ever, and then like I just got the worst possible second portal terrain.
Yeah, where you like dug through the wall.
Yeah, it's just so sad. And then yeah, and then my 730 was like that would have been world record if I got it 2 days earlier or something.
Hmm.
But I'm not too pressed about it. Like I'm still happy with those runs. Actually, the 730, I'm like kind of mad at myself for not hitting the 0 on that run. But
Oh,
like
really?
yeah, because it is like me now would definitely go for that. But at
Oh,
that time, like I was still in the process of learning hybrid setups, and like I just
okay.
wasn't confident enough to go for it.
Was
It's
it
like
91?
good.
I forget the tower.
It was like 057 front 91, I think.
Yeah. And you had like five
And I
explosives?
yeah, I had 5
Yeah.
beds.
Okay. I
But yeah,
mean,
I'm not too mad at myself because like I know I probably wouldn't have hit it because I wasn't comfortable
yeah.
with that setup at the time.
How many runners do you think um like nowadays would go for that?
Um, I mean, I can't read everyone's mind, but I think that like if you just look at the ranked leaderboard, like anyone in top 50 could probably hit that. I don't know. Like it's not a really hard 0. I guess it's more a question of just like how can you manage your nerves in that situation? Because like I feel like the hardest thing about going for hard zeros like that on pace is just dealing with nerves.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people, even like if it's an easy 0, will just not go for it
Yeah.
because of nerves. But yeah, I think a lot of people would go for that, especially now that world record's 701. Like
Fair.
you're probably gonna need a 0 cycle to beat that. Dude, okay, I also want to talk about like I'm really mad that there are more world records with 0 cycle. Like, the only world record with 0 is No Fears 726, and that world record only lasted for like a month.
Yeah.
Or it might have even been less than that, I don't know. I feel like 0 cycle is just such an underused or like underrepresented strategy, I guess. I don't know. Like I really wish we could see more world records with 0 cycle. Like that would be so much more hype, but still
Yeah,
not
I
getting.
think people have been feeling that way since like even 2021. Like it
Yeah.
took so long for the first world record this year to happen.
Yeah, like I'm
Um,
glad we got one, but
yeah. I mean, the funniest thing about it is as times get lowered, people keep saying like, "Oh, for sure the next record will have it." And it's just
yeah.
like so fast. And then someone just, gets another like low 1 minute end fight and I
Yeah.
don't know, I
How
guess
do
we'll
they
see.
how do they keep getting away with it?
Um, Touching on nerves, which you mentioned briefly, do you feel like you handled your nerves pretty well?
Yeah, I would say so. I I don't know how much of it has to do with like just having a lower sensitivity in game, but because I see some people who play on high sense and like when they get nervous, you can see them shaking so
Yeah, that
much.
that happens to me.
Yeah. But yeah, like I also I attribute my nerve management to like I did I played the piano when I was younger and like I would get really nervous for piano recitals or whatever and like
Mhm.
that taught me how to deal with nerves and like I also did sports and like that also helps me learn to manage my nerves. But yeah, like I think I have pretty good nerve management.
That's fair. I think especially for tournaments, it's like a huge skill. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. Pax mentioned like Oxy, how she's like super consistent, done well in every ranked playoffs, but she like struggles with managing her nerves a lot.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the biggest thing is just experience with tournaments and like Oxy I don't think has a lot of experience with tournaments, so that's like um
Yeah.
that probably has something to do with it. Because like if you look at someone like Feinberg who's played in a bunch of tournaments, like
Hmm.
you just almost never see him getting nervous even in like big tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's played in pretty much every big MCSR tournament ever, and then in addition to that, he plays like other events.
Yeah. Yeah, like I think Feinberg definitely has the best nerve control out of anyone in MCSR, and like it's not even close.
Yeah, I think the toughest thing is, I mean, you can't really practice it in the way you can practice like a 2x1 portal for hours every day, you know?
Yeah, like it's just experience. Like just need to play in more tournaments, I guess.
Yeah. I feel like it's one of the things that sucks about speedrun. It's like you get on a super good pace, and then you get really nervous, you play badly, and then you're just mad at yourself. For, I mean, I don't know, I've heard a lot of stories like that
Yeah.
with different runners.
Yeah.
Okay, the topic that we've been kind of like dancing around in and out of is ranked. So I don't even know when the next playoffs is. I'm assuming you know.
I know that the current season ends in 5 days. I'm
Oh,
not sure exactly when playoffs is, but yeah, the season is ending very soon.
yeah, so people have been pointing out this funny stat that like everyone who beats you wins playoffs,
Oh yeah.
like related to your second place curse. So how are you feeling mentally about the next playoffs?
Um, I mean, I think I definitely can win playoffs. Um, I hope I at least get top three,
Yeah.
but I don't know. At the end of the day, like playoffs is I guess best of three until semifinals or something. Like there is a lot of luck involved. Like even if you're better than your opponent, like your opponent could just get luckier than you
Hmm.
and then win off of that. So I'm not gonna like put myself under too much pressure to do well, but Like I do want to win, obviously.
Mhm.
But yeah, about the like second place thing. I do feel like I have been kind of unlucky, especially in the last two playoffs. Like I have consistently been at the top of the ranked leaderboard for the last couple seasons. I don't think my placements in playoffs really reflect that as much as they should. So hopefully I can do better this season.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta hype yourself up, right? Who else will? I don't know. I'm rooting for you. I mean, there's a lot of people that I would like to see win, but you're definitely capable, and you've shown that you're capable.
Yeah.
Um, are you? You're probably top three in this current season. Is Ral still number one?
Um, I'm number two right now. But like in phase points, me and Loki both have 110, and then third
Okay,
place is Raul with 75. So like I'm basically guaranteed top two this season.
sick. Yeah, the whole I mean, I'm not an any percent player or a ranked player, so I don't keep up that much. But
Uh,
yeah,
do you want me to like explain phase points, or do you understand?
I mean, I know that there's different phases, but
Yeah, it's like there's basically just three phases, and then at the end of each phase, you get points based on where you are on the
yeah.
leaderboard. So yeah, like first two phases have already happened,
Hmm,
and like I was number two for the first phase and number one for the second phase, and then Loki was number one for the first phase and number two for
that's
second.
funny.
So yeah,
And then also got some points from like the mid season match, I think.
yeah. So in that, the top four I think got 10 points each.
Mhm.
So yeah, that didn't really change anything because um, like it was already people who were in um like at the top of the phase
Yeah,
points
yeah.
leaderboards. So the rich get richer, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's more just a thing to like produce some hype for the upcoming playoff.
Yeah, I really did like the format of Mid-Season Showdown.
Mhm.
Thought it was good content.
So you played on the Couriway, no reset invitation, right? And you won. How was like that whole
Yeah,
experience?
that was really fun. Um, I wasn't expecting to win, but I mean, I'll take it, I guess. I do think that like overall, Feinberg played a lot better, and like I think he won more games than me,
Mm.
but I just won when it mattered, so I won the tournament. But yeah, I think Feinberg did play a lot better than me, and just kind of got unlucky with the like timing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the kind of thing that happens in tournaments, you know? Like you can be completely dominating the competition, and then like one round you'll mess up, and like that's the round that mattered the most, and it's just all over.
Yeah, yeah, it's just luck.
I think with ranked, with like the face point thing, they're trying to um like have all these top players where they deserve, I guess. um because the previous
Yeah,
format with like half the people coming from quals, it was just like,
yeah.
not to
I
say
think
those
that
players were like bad, but the elo gaps and like
yeah,
average.
like it definitely wasn't the best representation of top 16 or whatever.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think phase points is definitely a better system than what we had before.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I mean, it's like a little less intuitive, I guess, and more complicated, but
Yeah. Also, another thing about it is that like before phase points, I would get so nervous at the end of each season because
yeah,
like for the
exactly.
entire season, your elo doesn't really matter, and then like it's just on the last day of the season that's the only time that your elo matters, and like if you drop down down out of top eight once, like then you have to play in quals, and it's just like so nerve-wracking. But now
Hmm.
that now like I know I'm basically guaranteed top two, so I don't get nervous playing ranked. Like um I could drop down to like number eight or something and still be guaranteed top two.
Yeah. I mean, even season 1, right? Didn't you end like 9th or something and you had to go through quals?
Yeah, I mean the first 2 seasons, I think I got ninth in both of them,
That's crazy.
and yeah, I remember the first season. It was just bad timing. Like I think I could have gotten top 8, but I was studying for finals at that time, and I just didn't have time to play
Yeah.
ranked, so I just ended up in ninth. But I got through quals anyway, so it didn't matter.
Mhm. Okay. I introduced a segment on the last podcast where we went through hacks in the last episode's cases YouTube channel. So I don't know, I'm just gonna I guess pick a few random things from your main channel and your speedrun channel and you can explain, I guess.
Okay.
So oldest video on Doog is 1147 PB. I'm assuming this wasn't your first ever PB, but it's the first ever posted here.
Yeah, so I don't remember exactly what my first PB was. I think it was like 45 minutes or something.
Yeah.
My first recorded PB was a sub 20, like 19 something.
Hmm.
But my first recorded PB that I actually have saved is a 16 something. Um, it's like unlisted on my bridging channel right now. Um, I want to find it real quick. But yeah, after that, it was like after that run, I started streaming on Twitch. And like, if you look at my old Twitch videos, it's like a 13 something and like a 1225, I think. And then I remember I got an unrecorded 1212.
Hmm.
And then after that, I got an 1158. And all these runs were on a MacBook. And then, yeah, so
Wow.
Um, all of the runs, like I started uploading on this Duke channel when I got my PC.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't ashamed of the video quality.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, I was gonna find this old PB.
sure. Um, what made you like decide to finally buy a PC?
Um, I don't know. I think I just wanted to reset harder in RSG. I think that was the main motivator. Like I had
Valid.
wanted to get a PC like pretty much forever. I don't know.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, it was a 1635. I can, yeah, send you this video if you want to
For
put it in there.
some background footage.
Yeah.
Dude, I always love looking at old runs with the live split timer. It's kind of
Yeah,
nostalgic.
it's so nostalgic.
And it's just so hard to sort through your Duke channel because you upload like everything here.
Yeah, I
um,
do upload a lot.
but I guess your breakthrough run, um, maybe not like the breakthrough, but obviously it's 8:15 world record.
Oh, really? When you said breakthrough one, I was actually thinking about my 1018. I don't know, that's kind of random, but I was like stuck at this 1147 PB for a long time, and then
Mm,
I jumped down to 1018, and like I feel like that was what kind of
that's fair. I mean, you would know better than
like
I would.
yeah, I don't know.
Um,
Like that's I feel like that run is kind of what solidified me as a top runner. And
mm.
like ever since then I've sort of thought of myself as a top runner.
You remember that like shift in mindset very specifically? It's like, wow, I've like finally
Yeah.
proven
Yeah,
myself.
it's like it was so validating to actually get a top
Yeah,
time.
that's sick. I'm trying to remember the last time I felt that. Well, I mean, I started playing in what, like summer of 2020. So the definition of a top runner was pretty different. Um, and I was also playing 1.14, like when 1.16 was just coming out. So it's kind of funny. Like everyone's grinding the new version. I'm like, oh, I'm training with villagers.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
um I remember at that time because I remember like I was sort of watching speedruns at that time
mhm,
when 116 came out, but at that time I was like really into Bed Wars and I just didn't care about speedrunning at all.
yeah. It's kind of funny. Like sometimes I think, like, what if I just, like completely like stock care? Like spending so much time thinking about like this PB, that PB, and I don't know. I mean, at the end of it, it's just like a game. I think around your that PB, maybe a bit after that, is when I mean you'd probably say like people start taking notice of you.
Yeah, I mean, I think it happened kind of slowly.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I was averaging like, I don't know, 50 viewers for a pretty long time. And then, yeah, when I got the 815, that was when like people really started watching me.
Do you remember anything specific like that day or that like right before that run or anything like that?
No.
I
Do people have that, or like
mean, I
I
don't know.
remember?
It seems like a pretty cool thing, like your first major speedrunning record.
I don't know. I All I remember is that at that time I was doing a lot of speed runs,
Mhm.
and like I was just like on the grind. But yeah, I don't know. There's like not anything specific.
And then would you say your next big run after that was 751?
Yeah, I mean that was my next PB.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Actually, I remember there was this one run. It was like um a 640 stronghold, I think. And at that time, that was like insane pace. Like that was one of the fastest strongholds ever.
Mm-hmm.
That run was pretty big for me. I guess yeah, the 751 is definitely my next big run. And it was my PB.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned that you were frustrated with that run because like, second roll turn, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, I do really like that run. Like I think I played it really well,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I was just really frustrated that it wasn't world record.
Yeah. Like right after UPB, do you have any particular emotions? Like I know you've like hopped into VC like right after before like that. Or, I don't know, what's your immediate reaction?
I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people get like really emotional when they
Yeah.
PB, but I feel like I'm not really like that. Like, um, it's more just like validation, I guess. Or, it feels good to like know that you accomplished something after running for all those hours. But I don't know. I guess it is very motivating to get a PB.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't get too emotional about it.
I feel like, just how many hours, how much time you poured into this game, like it's not all just about like one run. I mean, I don't know if you feel exactly this way, but I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Looking at some other things on your YouTube channel, there's Ground Zero, like One Shot, Donkey Kong Route, Pigfall. Like, not all these things are invented by you, but you've been putting out these like
Yeah.
routes and things. Would you say that you're a tech-oriented RC runner in any sense?
Kind of. I mean, I really like taking things that like people have already done and just optimizing them.
Hmm.
And like, I don't know. I like being um transparent, I guess, with tech, because I know a lot of people will just like find new tech and then just like gatekeep it.
Yeah,
And I
dude,
don't like
I
that.
hate that
So
so
yeah,
much.
whenever I like find something, I like to just put it out there.
Hmm. Um, was Pigfall invented by Kruen, if I remember correctly?
I think it was Rannick.
Rannick. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
I
yeah,
actually
go ahead.
stopped doing Pigfall the other
Really?
day. It's kind of ironic because I made all these improvements to
Yeah.
it, but yeah, I think it is just slower on average.
I mean, it's always cool to see people like attempting to develop things.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, it is also still like a good backup strategy. Like it's still good to know, but
mhm.
yeah, I think it is just not a good strategy when you can do the other route.
Yeah. Random question. I know. sometimes you dig those like one or two blocks to let more pigs in for pigfall. Like how
Yeah.
consistent is that at getting more pigs?
You like barely ever get more pigs. And usually the reason the pigs are there is because they're like they pathfind there when you're in the trading hole for pigfall.
Okay.
And like I think maybe sometimes pigs can pathfind there before you start the route, but it's like really rare, I think, to get
Okay.
pigs stuck there. So it like basically doesn't matter.
Hmm. What about Donkey Kong? I've seen people do Donkey Kong on literally like any bridge bastion. Do you do it on like
Yeah.
whenever?
Um, I mean it kind of depends on where the hoglins are. I know there
Yeah.
are ways to avoid hoglins, but yeah, I mean, I had like started doing this route a while before posting the video on it because I thought like people just wouldn't really care about it. But I was really surprised. Like people loved this route,
Hmm.
and yeah, like with some optimization, it's become a really good route. So yeah, I'm happy about that.
Yeah. That's. I mean, bridge is just like. I mean, you kind of need to do like everything to get more piglin just because there's so much gold. I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Like I think especially on bridge, getting as many pigs as you can is really important. I mean,
Mhm.
like obviously on any bastion, more pigs is going to be faster, but like bridge especially, you're almost always um like the speed of your route is determined by how many pigs you have.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much everything on your YouTube channel is just Angry except for like Happy Meal.
Oh yeah. Um yeah. I mean I feel like I could upload rank speed runs, but like it's just kind of weird. Like I upload my sub eights in ranked and like
Mhm.
some other ranked runs, but I don't know, like in RSG it's just like, oh I get a sub 10, okay, I'll upload that. But like
Yeah.
in ranked it's just like, okay, what do you upload? Just like a random ranked run? I don't know.
With all these like sub 10s, sub 9s, like how much do they mean to you, I guess, at this point? Like I'm assuming you're not overjoyed to get like another 9 5x. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean I think as far as for the stats,
Yeah.
um like I think having the most sub 10s is pretty cool.
Mhm.
So like I am happy when I get a sub 10 because it like further solidifies that or whatever. But yeah, like individual runs I don't really care that much about.
Fair. Is there any recent run, I guess, where um like it was super good pace and you wished it could have gone somewhere?
I did get a stronghold PB pretty recently. It was this oh yeah, also end enter PB. It was like a 559 stronghold
Mhm.
and 707 end enter. And like I had 0 prepped, but it was like buried back 103 or something. So I was really
Rough.
mad about that. Could have been like a low 7, but yeah, I got like a 3-minute perch or something. Yeah, I was like really mad for a while after that run.
I guess it's gratifying to know that that happens to like everyone, you know, like you have so many
Yeah,
runs, so much good pace, but like, you know, still that like one or two runs that had potential they get to.
yeah. I mean, it is annoying when your best pace dies to like something completely out of your control.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it does happen to everyone.
Yeah. I guess and that's annoying. And then it's also annoying when it's like completely your fault, you know? Because that I guess,
Yeah,
you know, eats away at you.
yeah. Honestly, that's a lot worse than than losing it to luck. Yeah, like I'm way more mad about my 730 like not going for 0 than I am about this run because like
Yeah,
I
that's fair.
I mean I think a 0 is technically possible. It was like I think a 3-bed 2 anchor on buried back 103. Like I
I
think that's
mean,
possible, but that is like a 10 out of 10 difficulty 0. Like I don't
yeah.
think anyone's hitting that on low 7 pace first try. Oh, wait, I'm stupid. I was looking at the wrong video. I said it was a 707 end enter. That's
Yeah, I
just
was
a
about to
random
say
run.
like
It was wait, what run was this? Oh yeah, it was a 750. I just like totally forgot about this. It was
okay.
a it was like a 615 end enter.
Okay, I was
I
about
don't
to
know.
I
I was
was
just looking at the wrong
confused.
run. Yeah. I just like saw
Fine.
this video that had 707 end in the title. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it's that one.
Dude, it's so funny that the YouTube thumbnail algorithm like chooses the eye.
Yeah, it's
It's
funny.
like either the eye or mining a gold block.
Yeah, it's like the same three things: an ender
Yeah.
eye, mining gold block, and like killing a blaze.
Yeah. And then like all your runs like just look exactly the same.
Yeah.
I remember like Cat James YouTube. One time he had like 3 thumbnails in a row and they were just identical.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
It was like him going it was like him mining the gold block in the treasure route
Yeah, yeah.
while having cod in his offhand. It's just like the same exact thumbnail.
Are there any other YouTube videos you want to talk about, or are you okay with what's going on?
Um, we can move on.
Okay.
Unless you wanted to talk about my bridging channel. I don't know. Did we
I mean, this personally for me, like I don't know what to say about any of these videos. Like I don't think I'll have much insight. I mean, you can talk about whatever you want to
Yeah.
talk about. This video seems cool. A perfect solo Bed Wars game.
Yeah, that is my most popular video, which is like kind of silly because it's like 1 out of 2 videos on this channel that aren't just bridging, like telebridging.
Yeah. How common
But
are perfect games in solo Bed Wars? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I know this game in particular was really lucky. Like, I wasn't even going for a perfect game,
Yeah.
and then it was like at the end of the game, I was like, "Wait, this is a perfect game." But yeah, like some people will grind for perfect games. Like, it
Hmm.
is pretty impressive. But yeah, like this one was also on my alt. So like a lot of people in the comments are saying like, "Oh, you're level 11, so you're just queuing like random people. Like it's their first time playing Bed
That's
Wars, so it is a
funny.
lot easier to get a perfect game
Yeah,
on that account."
makes
But I think
sense.
it is still impressive.
No, for sure. I remember in Skywars when people would go over perfect games, like 11 out of 11 kills.
Yeah. I don't know. I never really played Skywars,
Hmm.
but yeah.
We haven't touched that much upon like resources for people. So like I don't know, for just like the average runner, maybe they're going for like a sub 12, sub 11 right now. Like what are just some tools for practice and things you think that they can focus
Uh,
on?
okay, I think by far the best thing you can do for practice is just play ranked. Like there's so much you can learn just by playing ranked and um like learning from your losses, and even when you win there's still usually something you can learn. And
Hmm.
like if you lose to something that like you didn't know why you lose, then you can check the replay. Like it's just so good for improvement. But like I don't know, I think practice maps are also good to just grind mechanics stuff. But yeah, I think by far the best thing you can do is just play ranked.
And there you go. Top ranked player tells you to play ranked. We're not sponsored. That'd be cool though. Podcast MCSR ranked crossover.
Yeah, imagine.
um. Okay. So I have 4 questions that I've been asking everyone that we can get into.
Okay. Wait,
First
before we get
one.
into that,
Yeah, sure.
sorry,
Go
I have
ahead.
to pee like really bad right now. Can I go to
Okay.
the bathroom?
Yeah. Go.
Okay.
Go.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. Yeah. So 4 questions I've been asking everyone, and the first one is, what is like one minor time save that maybe like you do, barely anyone else does, or just like one thing you want to see more
Okay.
runners doing?
Yeah, I was watching your previous episodes and I was
Yeah.
thinking about this. So there's something, even a lot of top runners I see not doing this. and it's just a free time save. So like when you're building your second portal and it's buried, you can put your obby in your offhand, and then it's really easy to overlap placing the obby with the block mining cooldown. So you like overlap, build it like digging the area for your portal and placing the obby. So
Yeah, I've seen you do that. So do you just like left click and then right click right after, or are you holding both?
So you hold left click so that you're always mining blocks, and then
Yeah.
in between mining blocks, there's like a 5 tick gap where you can place a block.
Well, there you go. I'll have to practice that somewhere because I've always seen you do it. I've never known like exactly how to execute, but it looks sick.
Yeah, it is just a free time save if you do it correctly.
Do you find yourself like less prone to also like mess up the build if you do it like that?
Um, Not really. Actually, one thing that's not good about it is that if you have 10 obby, like exactly 10 obby, and like um it is really easy to misplace if there's like a gap in the terrain that you don't know about.
Oh, that's
Like if it's
true.
fully buried, then you won't misplace. But
Yeah,
yeah, if
no, I
I have
agree.
exactly 10 obby, I won't do that because I'm scared of misplacing.
Uh-huh. Okay, well that important caveat to know.
Yeah.
Next question is your MCSR role models. So, I mean, have you ever had any role models or?
Um, I mean, really early on, I think um I think watching Couriway is what first got me into speedrunning, like
Uh-huh.
his 1436. And like I also watched a lot of Feinberg when I was like learning stuff. But I think like mostly um like I take a lot of my inspiration from really mechanically skilled people, like SSG players and like I don't know, Loki, Silver, like Obfrak, if you've seen him, he's a crazy SSG players to
Yeah, I've
name a
seen.
few names. But yeah, like I really like pushing my mechanics as far as I can.
Fair. Kind of brutal. You're like, I like Couriway. I also like these people who are mechanically skilled.
Okay, I'm not saying that Curry is bad, but he's definitely not one of like I wouldn't say he's one of the best mechanical players.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's not meant to be an insult.
Okay, moving on. What are some of your favorite runs? It can be yours or other people's, and I don't
Uh,
know.
I don't know. I mean, I don't really watch runs that much. I think my favorite run of my own is I think it was like a 753,
Hmm.
or it was like a 6 flat blind, and then I cranked a sub 2 end game, and it was just like a really clean run. But yeah, I don't know.
I think I watched that
Um,
run. Is that the run where you played like a really far treasure?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was like a low 5 fort, I think. Um, I really like No Fears world record because of the zero cycle.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I like off the top of my head, I can't really think of any specific runs that are like my favorite.
That's fair. Branching off of that question, is there like a 1.16 world record that you would say like this is the best played?
I think Zalanox's run is the first one that comes to mind. Like it was like a 313 forward, I think, like insane pace.
Yeah.
And it's a really well played run. I also want to say no fears just because of the zero cycle. Like it just feels like any run that doesn't have a zero cycle is so like not optimized. But like yeah, I think overall Zalanox is probably the best played world record.
That's fair. Um, when you see like someone else get the record. I mean, it doesn't happen that often nowadays, but like you watch it back and you're like, oh man, they could have done this, they could have done that, or is it more just like, I'm happy for this person, or do you like not even watch the runs? I don't know.
No, I definitely watched world records, but
Okay.
I don't know. It's weird because like on one hand, I'm really proud of them.
Yeah.
It is really cool to see a new world record. But on the other hand, like it's so demotivating because now like I have to go that much faster if I want to get a world record.
Mm-hmm.
Like as someone who's going for world record, like it's so demotivating when a new world record happens because like that's just that much less likely that you're gonna get the world record.
Yeah, I've been there. I'm still kind
But
of
yeah,
there.
like there is time save. There's like potential for time save in every run. Like you can look at any run and
Yeah,
say they could have done
exactly.
this, could have done that, but like I don't really like doing that.
Fair. I mean, at this point, like needing a sub 7 is, it's just
Yeah, it's
insane.
brutal.
Like, who actually genuinely like wants to reset for that? Like, no one. No one wants to only
Yeah.
play for like, I don't know, like sub 530 strongholds or however fast you need it to be.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen Xyanox doing a few streams where he resets for world record and like I don't think he ever made it out of a fortress. Like that's
Yeah,
just brutal.
I don't know. I'm hoping we'll see sub 7. I mean, how soon do you think it'll happen? Do you think it'll be this year?
Yeah. I mean, I hope it's not too far away. Like, I mean, there are plenty of runners who are capable of getting sub 7, so it could happen at any time. But yeah, I am hopeful that it'll happen this year.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you have nothing else, we can end on our last question, which is who else do you like to see come on the podcast?
Wait, who has already been on the podcast?
Maybe Silver, Danny, Rap, and Hacks.
Um,
And I also technically interviewed Cube and Sichi, but those didn't pan out.
okay, two names that come to mind to me are just Raoul and Priffin. Um, I think I want to see Priffin just because he has such a unique playstyle and like approach to learning things. And also he's the biggest Walter hater, so maybe we could get some more insight into that.
Mm, all right. If I have him on, I'll be sure to ask him.
Okay.
Yeah, but thanks for coming on, Doogile. This has been fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I hope all our listeners, however many there are, have gained I don't know, gained something from this.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Well, thanks again, and thanks for watching, everyone.